Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to another Storytale staging inside of our Home Staging TV YouTube channel. Excited to be here. Today's guest owns an award-winning home staging company called Studio Arti Staging and Design, I should say. It is known to be one of the best premier luxury home staging brands in the greater San Francisco Bay Area. I want to welcome Arti Ramnathkar to the show. I hope I didn't butcher your last name. How are you?
You did good. You did good. Thank you. Hey, hello, guys. Thank you so much for having me here, Tori.
Yes, I'm super excited to talk to you. You're doing so many different things. But let's talk about why home staging. Like, how did you get started in the industry?
So, a little bit about my background. I actually come from a software background. That's what my education was, master's in computer science, and my job too, for about 8 years. And then, out of the passion of home decor and home design, I did not want to go ahead and do another degree to go ahead and study interior design. So the best platform I found was home staging to go ahead and do something, and what I'm passionate about. And what better way to go ahead and do it in a day, and then take it all out, you do it the way you want, and then it's ready to destage. So yeah, that's how I ended up in home staging, and I absolutely love it. We don't do much of redesign jobs as such, but luxury home staging is what we mostly work in. So, and I love it.
How did you break into the luxury market? Because I know there's a lot of stagers out there that want to do that, but they find it difficult. Like, did you need certain things set up before you went ahead and just took on luxury?
Yeah, so I think when we started, it was focusing basically on everything, whatever you get, right, in order to get more clients and gain the audience. But I think we reached a point wherein I knew what I want to do, which was I was enjoying more of putting the luxury homes together using very signature items that I want to be known for in the area. And that's how slowly it was a transition. It did not happen over time. So we started including inventory, getting in more a little bit more expensive furnishings and decor. So that's how it happened. And then our clients, and then it's basically word of mouth, right? So it's passing from one agent to the other. If you want to get the luxury staging done, that's the company. And then it all started from there.
Well, I mean, that can be the challenge too in the beginning of having inventory, and what inventory do you purchase, and then you don't want to like have all this overhead, right? So what is your strategy when it comes to handling your inventory?
So, is efficiency and time management is something that we really have, I think, worked on and tried to get better at. So when I started in home staging, it was more like pleasing every client. And that wasn't really helping out. After about 6 months of staging, I kind of figured out, and I knew that we cannot do everything everybody wants. Like somebody telling me to put like lay yellow towels in the bathroom isn't going to work, because I'm purchasing the inventory for a job and then I'm not using it, just having it being shelved on my warehouse for like months together. And so 2-3 jobs that I took, I really learned a lot from that. And that's how I decided that, hey, getting I need to learn to say no. If I am not able to get something they want, I'm not going to purchase just for that one job. And if I know, like for luxury items or luxury stagings, I knew this is an investment that I want to do because I want to carry forward with that, and that's what we want to do going forward. But buying something for a particular agent because they want their listing to look a certain way was just not helping, and that's how we started getting into and deciding on how certain items need to be generic, and that's the way it started.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. What are some of the items that you kind of are these go-to pieces that are always on your shopping list and that are sort of generic. So it's kind of keeping your budget or keeping you on budget, basically, right?
Absolutely. So if you go on our website or any of our social media handles, you would see that the way we do our beds, it's a very signature style we do it. We always have base bedding as white, and then we add colors with the pillows and the little cover lay we do at the end, but our base bedding is always going to be white. That's one. And secondly, for the kids room or some fun room that we want to play with, we definitely do play with the colors, but then again, the we always try to do that with the accent part of it and not the base part of it. That also actually help in scaling the business when I know that I am, yeah, that's just the way how this is a guest bedroom. So
Okay.
yeah, so we always love to do like white bedding or neutral, like white or lighter grays, something lighter, and then we bring in colors. But again, we try to keep it super soothing, more on neutral side. And also our clients actually love that. They always say, we love that, you guys have a very signature style of doing the bedding, just the way you guys do the levels and the layering and the textures. So that's how it all started. So bedding is definitely one. Secondly, I wanted to really mention here, switching, instead of buying comforters, switching to duvets is something has really changed the game.
Oh,
So
yes.
I do not go ahead and buy comforters, like the pattern comforters or something that has a lot of busy patterns anymore. This is the game changer for us.
Where
Anytime
do
when
you get those? And do you get
this
them like on wholesale?
no, I just buy them at, you get them in IKEA, you get them in Home Goods, Marshalls. In fact, even Target has some of them. They're a little bit
Yeah.
on the expensive side, the ones Target have, but we definitely recommend these because easy to clean. Even if the comforter needs cleaning, maintenance, you don't have to get the entire comforter to the, to clean it out. You just have to take the duvet out and then leave the comforter at the warehouse, and then we just take the all the duvets at once and get them cleaned up. So
Yeah.
that has been a game changer. So this is how basically the bag looks, right? So it's going to have the bedding, it's going to have the
Sheets and stuff.
the sheet, and what's the I, I forgot the name. The bed skirt, sorry. So the
Oh,
bed
yes.
sheet, and this is the comforter that is already has a duvet on, right? So this is how it looks. I mean, you can go as expensive duvet as you want to wrap around the comforter. Your comforter need not be $100 comforter inside it. But my duvet is going to be maybe $60-$70 each, which is, I feel, is a great investment in order to even keep the inventory, space in count, because it doesn't take a lot to store those versus a comforter. This is basically the size it needs to just store in the warehouse. And
Yeah, I love that idea too, because then you're not having all these comforters. You just can change out the cover of
exactly,
it. I mean, the same with throw pillows too. It's like, why have all the stuffing and all these pillows, like a
yeah,
pillow wall?
absolutely. And then also changing, once we are done using a particular design, say pillow cover or a duvet cover, a lot or excessively, that's what I like to do. I give a break to from using those for a while, maybe 3-4 months, and then
Yeah.
we bring it back again in the in use. So I think that has definitely helped a lot. The great purchases also are the IKEA comforters that you get.
Yeah.
So these are the ones basically we use inside the duvets, and it works really awesome.
Yeah, those are super cheap too.
Yes, yes. For the master bedrooms and high end suites, we definitely go ahead and use a little more, thicker or plush kind of comforters. But for the guest bedrooms or the kids' bedrooms, these work just fine. They are not as thick, but they do the good job. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and then the next stuff is the towels, of course. Always, always white. We white towels with some different colored hand towels. Um, these are I just got the range of the grays that we use. So this is how you can use different colors or shades of gray in order to bring in the color a little pop. But I think this has really helped us to scale the
Yeah, and
business a little.
I was gonna say too, I think oh, there you go. So this is you using it in the staging.
Yes,
I think sticking with neutrals definitely, enhances the sophistication and luxury of everything, right?
absolutely. Yeah. And people in general like to see, a little spa or a hotel, a spa kind of a feel when they walk in. Even though we say we have to keep it practical, people still like it, we know, because our clients always give us a good feedback on, I like how how you made it look like spa. It looked so clean and fresh with all the white bedding and white towels. And so I think, yeah, it's something that everybody appreciates, who we work with, and it has been with us. So yeah.
Well, I think too, I mean, because the trend now is right, Carrara marble, like all in your bathrooms and stuff. So it's like picking up those veins of gray if you just use the gray and you're
Hmm.
not distracting, the buyer from what is actually in the house, like the materials and
Exactly.
everything else that they're going to be getting.
That's right. That's right. And other one problem it solved for me was, if I am not the one who is executing the project, then I don't have to worry about how it's going to look, because I know that this is what they're going to pick from the warehouse to go ahead and execute a job. So that made my life also easier, when I know it's the bathrooms are all always going to look the same. The beddings are always going to look the same, and then I rather invest into luxury items that I want to be called, as a signature studio artist style. Like, I will go ahead and buy stuff from Living Spaces, or little expensive pieces from Home Goods. I'm still not very comfortable buying accessories or decor online.
Mhm.
But yeah, but I think that's where the niche started of getting into luxury staging. Is we know where to invest in, and what we can keep neutral and what we can keep generic.
Yeah, I mean, and we have more pictures here too. So you were
Mhm.
talking about kids' rooms, and
Yes.
obviously they need to have some color and be more
Mhm.
playful, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, so tell us about
So
this
in
design.
Yeah, so in this case, for example, if you notice, the base bedding is still the gray and white, but we used a nice orange color cover lay to bring in the color pop. Also, definitely the frames and pillows are the key, players in here, because they are the ones who are bringing in the color. So, yeah,
I
so
love those pillows.
yeah, the fun elements can definitely be added with accents and decor, rather than keeping the base inventory, too much of variation in the base inventory.
Yeah, I love that. And then we saw this one already.
Hmm.
And so is this an example of, I guess,
Yes, this
accessories
is
that you're going to be that you buy, so you
yes.
keep
So
everything neutral?
yes, so for the kitchen, also most of our kitchen items you will see are always mostly white or off-white based, and then we'll use the greens. We'll use a lot of wood raw elements in order to bring the natural elements in, but our base always remains white, because it also lets the property feature its own let it showcase a property's main features rather than having too much of distraction on the countertop or island. I'm not very fond of that. I like to keep it all clean and very, very neutral, even in the kitchen and bathrooms. Yeah.
Yeah, I think using white is just like, it's fresh, it's simple, but it obviously does the trick, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
So
definitely.
this is another bed that, like, I love the layering on this bed for sure.
Yes, yes. So we basically on this bed we used three sets of layers, right? So one is the main bedding, which also has a little bit of texture, and then we used another dark cover lay, and then the bed throw to get bring in more depth.
Yes, it
And
looks,
and also the little pillow, just one long lumber pillow, also added a lot of character to the bed.
it does for sure. And like what you suggest, it brings in that pop of color. It actually works really well with the floor there, because the floor's
Hmm.
got like that orange tone.
Yes, yes.
So more towels here.
Hmm.
I love
Yeah,
that.
so very, very signature of us to use, salts and a little essence oils or the sprays in the bathrooms with little wood trays. Always add that small luxury element that you need. So wood trays with, again, nice, fresh white linen, of course, towels. So yeah.
Yeah, and going organic, it just ties it all together and creates like that warm, welcoming
Hmm.
feel.
Yes.
I
Same
love that.
here. The bed. This is the master bedroom. We, of course, couldn't use the headboard, so I chose to use a little oversized pillows to make it look luxurious. So.
Yeah, I love these textured pillows.
Hmm.
And I think that's like where your eye just like goes straight to there.
Uh huh.
Um, and if you look at this picture, everything else is pretty much neutral,
Hmm.
um, except that pop of pillows.
Yes.
Love it. Another cute kids room.
Yes, yes, a fun little kid. I love doing kids room. And my team, my assistant who works for me, she also loves playing with the kids room decor. So we have a lot of fun decorating the kids room, in particular.
Yes, they are so much fun. And I love, like, so you use a lot of orange. Like, do you stick to certain colors, or you
Um,
put a variety
for
of colors?
Yes. So for I think most of our luxury stagings, we mostly I like to play with black, white, and gold. That's very studio arty signature style.
Mhm.
But for for tri-level homes or condos or single family small homes, I do like to play with color here and there, but not to extent where it'll be a distraction. I like to keep it very subtle, where I know it's going to blend in with the house, and it's not going to be too much in the face.
Yes. And I love all the neutrals and the textures and the patterns on all of this in here.
Mhm.
Guys, if you're on here watching and you have a question for Arti, please let us know in the comments below. We'd be happy to take your questions.
Sure.
Um, what other pictures? Ooh, I love the little yellow in here.
Right. So this was actually one of the coastal properties we did. So I wanted to bring in a little, kind of a beach here, wall art in here, but still everything else is pretty much simple. So this is how we definitely do use some beddings which have patterns in the guest bedrooms, just
Mhm.
to create the fun element. But but our master bedrooms are always going to be the clean white and more layering kind of a style.
Yeah. Okay, so we are in your warehouse here.
Yes,
What,
it's a
this is
mess,
your bedroom?
but it's not it's a mess. It's October time and everything starts come in back, more organizing needed. You're spending more time in organizing than basically actual work. But yeah, this is how it is. So it's stored in a in a fashion that it's easy for the team to choose stuff out. We just have all whites and all grays, so it's easy, and I know that the job is going to be done fine even in my
Mhm.
absence. So that's when I say it's more efficient and profitable if you try to make the base inventory generic, and it really helps a lot.
Well, yeah, and I guess like having a process too, and if you have all of your pieces kind of working cohesively together,
Mhm.
you you kind of can't mess it up.
Yes. No, totally. Yes. Yes. And I think my team also understands it in a way that that it has to be done in a certain fashion, so they are
Yeah.
also pretty good at handling it now. Yeah, so these are basically our cover lays, so you can see how we play with different tones of grays
Yep.
and whites, but we are not going to go away from that. That's just how it is. But then we play a lot with pillows and decor.
Yeah. No, I love that. Like keeping the basics kind of
Hmm.
simple,
Yes.
and even doing the variation or having the patterns,
Hmm.
um, or some career marbly looking
Yes.
things.
Yes.
Keeps it
So
keeps it
I
looking
think
luxurious.
yes, there you go. So I think the game, when it really changed for me was when we did one property here in Fremont that was a vintage mansion. And this was just when I probably was 1 year old in the business. And doing a big house was a big thing for me. So I went all in buying a lot of inventory that's vintage.
Oh
And
wow.
yes, and that's, I went shopping thrift stores. You asked about it and I did it. So the job was done all fine, everything went well, but then when stuff started coming back to the warehouses, when I realized, when am I going to use that again? Never, almost never. And then that's when I started to say no to the jobs that I knew that I'm not going to which doesn't fit my inventory, which doesn't fit my style. And that also was one of the reasons why we started making things more generic. We know it's going to be we can also use it in the luxury stagings as well as the more like single family smaller homes also can take the inventory and then add extra inventory in to bring in the more luxury elements in the homes.
So what like how are you making your styles look unique? Is it just playing with the textures and patterns and stuff like that, even if you're staying neutral?
Yeah, so I think it's more through the furniture style that we did a little bit of change in. So we got in a lot of we made good investment in bringing in some good luxury furnishings, which we know that not many in the area are offering, right? So when I know that certain vendors are being used excessively in the area, that's when you know you need to do something different, which other companies are not doing in the area. And that's when you start finding the vendors which are more towards luxury supplies than the other furniture inventory.
How much inventory do you have? Like, so how many houses can you stage at once? And when somebody's starting out, what suggestions or advice do you have?
I think right now we probably can go out 25 to 30 homes a time. That's the kind of the you know capacity we have for now, which is still growing. I We moved into a bigger warehouse last year, but we are already outgrown, and I still have more 2 storage units extra than the warehouse. Definitely the painful side of growing businesses. But I think that also gives me a chance to think that it's a growth, right? you I have to accept it and then work towards it. I know it comes with a lot of overhead, but again, I mean, it's a choice, and we do not want to. I remember one time when Michelle Minch had said, whatever it takes, growth is growth. You need to grow in order to see the growth, so
Yes.
it doesn't stop. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. A lot of people stop when they need to keep going, right?
Hmm.
And they just are like, oh, why did I get into this? I'm 3, storage units deep. Do I get a warehouse? Do I not get a warehouse? Do I need a truck? And
Hmm.
so, yeah, there's so many different questions when it
Right.
comes
So
to building this out.
yeah, so I, like everybody, right? I started in the garage, of course. And then one day, since we couldn't when we moved to the Bay Area, you cannot just park your car outside. And we were fined for about $500 because I was occupying half of my garage. And that's when I realized, okay, I cannot do this out of my garage anymore. And then I moved into a small space, into the rental company's warehouse. So they gave me a small 300 square foot of space in there. And from then I again, moved and transitioned into a little bigger, which was 600, then 1200, and then now we are about 2500 square foot warehouse, which is still 2 levels of warehouse in 2500, which is, I also built a mezzanine because I didn't realize we moved in COVID last year, which was in August. And by this August, we're already completely full. So before
Wow.
the winter arrives, we have now built the second floor mezzanine, and most of it is now, we doubled our space.
Yeah.
Uh, but again, it's, I think, the clients want you to bring in the best, and we want to be known to be someone who gives the best. So I think I do not like to compromise in, so, and one good part is, let all inventory go. I think that's the key. You have to
Yeah.
let your inventory that's sitting in and that you're not using, something that you feel is going out of trend and you are not liking using that on your projects, that doesn't belong in your warehouse. So that's what also has been big game changer for us, taking stuff out that we're not using. And so I think then it kind of balances out.
Yeah. And now you're creating inventory yourself, right? You've got a line that you're working on. Tell us about that.
Yes. So I think that also again came with the same philosophy, right? That, are we trying to reuse the pillow space? What am I doing to use? I'm like, pillow, all stagers are, right? Pillow obsessed. We call ourselves pillow obsessed people. So I think what was it that I was doing wrong is buying more and more pillows instead of buying the pillow covers, which take lesser space in your warehouse. You can stack them, and that's how it is. And that's what made me, bring in my own line of pillows, which definitely helps us. You take out, change it over the time. If you're tired of using the same pillow in most of your designs, just give them a break and bring in back when you want to see them again fresh.
Yeah. So you have pillows now out for people to purchase. Where can they find out more information about that?
Absolutely. So my shop for the pillows is still on my staging handle on Instagram, which is Studio Arti Staging is the handle for Instagram, and that has a shop. And here is a little example I can show you guys. This was on my home couch. So this is
Oh, I love that.
of a pillow, yes, and it has a little tag of ours, which is Studio RT Lifestyle Collection. And then these are all handmade, handcrafted, 100% cotton, and we also have 100% wool. So the best quality that one can get for the price. So absolutely, go check out and email me if any questions, or if you have any concerns. Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
And that's a great, I need to go look at the site and see some pillow options there. You can never have too many pillow covers.
Never, right? Never. Absolutely. Still, I mean, you go to buy 2 pillows in Home Goods and you end up coming out with the cart full of pillows. It still happens.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, all the time. So if people want to learn more about your staging company or hire you, they can go to studiortdesign.com. Any final thoughts or advice you can give people who are trying to level up their staging business or even get into staging?
Yes, I think keep going, never give up. 1 clients, 2 clients, just don't give up. One really gets to see the profit element of the business after maybe 2 years, but once it's there, it's there. So never give up. Just keep going. Never stop trying. That's all I can say.
I love it. Arti, thank you so much for joining us today on the show, and for everyone who tuned in and checked us out live. Thank you. If you guys have comments, questions for Arti or myself, go ahead, put them in the comments below, and we will be sure to get back to you soon. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much
right there.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.